This is your girl Tay by Tay by what? Tay by Faith. And we are back at it again. Here we are again. So, of course, if I'm making this video, I have something to say. And I'm going to just let it be said. So last night my family and we were talking, and I was telling them, like, I'm really glad this whole coronavirus thing kind of popped off, because I was like this close to stop going to church. And they're like, why were you going to stop going to church, Tasia? Like, what happened? And I was like, well, to be honest, like, I just got tired of being in the routine of going to church. Like, I was going to church routinely. Like, don't get me wrong, I was going there, I was receiving my word, I'm taking my notes. But then another part of me was feeling like I'm not being filled anymore. And so, when this popped off, the whole coronavirus thing popped off, I was like, yo, this great timing, because your girl was not feeling it anymore. And not to be, you know, and not to say that in such a prideful manner, but to say that in the sense that I was really going through some things, and I felt like receiving the word was one thing, but being in church wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping me. And I felt like also when being in church and people see that something ain't right with you, that they should come to you and pray over you. Like, something wasn't right with me, something wasn't sitting right, and I felt like there was not enough going on in my church, at least in my church. And I don't know about anybody else's, and I'm not persecuting the church. What I'm saying is, that was one reason to step out of church. And so anyways, with that being said, when I started going on this walk with God, and something also resonated in me where I had to understand that when I started on this journey, I was trying to go so hard in my belief and finding my faith and finding my strength in God, that I ended up ultimately losing sight of it all. And the reason why I was getting ready to leave church is because I was thirsting, and I'm chasing after God, and I'm wanting God, and I can't find him, and I couldn't find him in church. And that was the crazy part, was that I'm thirsting, and my soul and my spirit is yearning for something, and I could not find it in church. Because why? The church is in you. Yeah, church, yes, I'm not saying that stop going to church. Church is great. I love church. I love church. But I think that there's a breaking point, because even with Jesus, there was a breaking point on Sabbaths and holy days and getting all that figured out. And so, yeah, guys, it's just like, he didn't even have to figure out. He came down here, he broke the rules, he broke the chains, and that right there is enough to let you know that going to church is not literally about having everything together as you go. And when I was talking with my family, this actually just came out, and I'm not sure if anyone has heard it, but it was said, I said, God took his time making us. Do you think it's going to take split seconds for you to get it right in your walk with God? No, this is a walk. You have to literally walk this out with God, and he will fix and mend every area of your life. That's what I love about God. Listen, fruits of the spirit: love, patience, kindness. Like, my God, like, you know. So anyways, guys, this is your girl Tay by Faith. I just thought I'd just drop on here real quick, and it's not me going on a rant or anything, but to remember that it's really a spiritual relationship, getting closer to God. It's not about going to church and thinking that you're doing everything right, because in those moments that you're sitting there thinking you're doing everything right, I'm sure you're just doing everything wrong. Remember Job, you know. So yeah, this is your girl Tay by Faith. I hope everybody has a blessed day. We out.